Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 8 of Swords to start us off. This is a lot of thinking. This is really, I think, a lot of stewing about something. I think you're somebody who is somewhat prone to this, okay, as to, if I can stereotype Gemini a little bit. This is kind of a prison of our own device, right? This is us really getting tangled up in the thoughts about something. Okay, so we need some more context. We got to figure out what this is all about and how we move forward. What is the solution? It's usually a very simple solution, but in the moment it doesn't feel like there's a way out. Right? It feels like the more we think about it, the more we kind of get tied up in options, or we get tied up in the thoughts and maybe the feelings that go along with those, and it's not so easy to see the way out. Okay, let's see what's going on with this. All right, I think you're somebody who generally sort of is able to analyze something, find the simple solution, and execute it. But I feel like right now, that's not happening so readily, all right? And there's the way out. There's the Ace of Pentacles. That's what your next step is supposed to be, right? And that's your challenge right now, is finding the next step. The next step toward your 10 of Cups, absolute full life satisfaction and fulfillment, right? I got a 10 of Cups there and a 9 of Swords. Yeah, okay. And the Chariot card. I feel like, did you recently lose not lose, I'm trying to get away from saying that. Did a close family member recently transition to spirit? I feel like there's somebody, maybe they're a Cancer person, or a water sign generally. I feel like it's a family member, somebody very close. Okay, I feel like they recently transitioned into spirit, and that's I think why we're feeling this 8 and 9 of Swords here, and of course the feelings, the 7 of Cups that go along with that. Okay, we've got 7, 8, and 9. So these are, very, very connected. And we had this sort of, this painful experience, which I think was a loved one transitioning. And now we're sort of overthinking our own lives and not sure where to go. And that's bringing some feelings along with it, okay? The objective for you is to find the solution, find the way out, take the next step, whatever that is in your life right now. We've got the Art or Temperance card. We've got a 6 of Wands, a 3 of Wands, and a Tower. The Tower is kind of us breaking out of this kind of mental tower, right? I feel like the Tower card is a very good card in this case. It's showing that we are getting ourselves out of this, okay? And Spirit's telling me that you have a connection with the Norse pantheon of gods and goddesses. I don't know if the Norse mythology is significant to you or means something important to you. I'm getting that impression. I also feel like there's a lot of stairs. I don't know where this, if there is this close family member that we're talking about, I feel like wherever they lived had a lot of stairs. Either they had like a 2 or 3 story house, or there was just, you have a memory of going up the stairs at their house or something like that, right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And it's just going to go right here. We're going to put Kevin, a.k.a. Mr. Bates, right there on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during this reading you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, put your answer down in the comments, okay? Let's take this opportunity to exercise our intuition. We'll do it together, okay? Let's take a look around the room now. We've got our major arcana, 1, 2, and 3. We've got fire, we've got water, we've got air, and we've got a little bit of earth. Okay, and the earth is what we need, because as soon as we take that first step back on our path, the entire thing is going to be revealed to us. All it takes is this first effort on your part, and you're going to get yourself out of this sort of mental jam. Okay, and I don't know if it really is directly related to the family member that's transitioned. I feel like that is something that happened in the recent past. I feel like it still is sort of affecting you. You know, I feel like it's contributing to our 8 of Swords, but maybe it's not the entire thing. Maybe there's other factors too. Okay, other factors too. I feel like you have things in storage, or you're putting things in storage. Maybe you're dealing with the estate or the personal effects of this loved one. Okay. And again, they may or may not be a Cancer person. They may or may not be a water sign. I feel like it's somebody close in the family. Okay. The 10 of Cups here, I think, is really in some ways, this is our memory of the really good days, the really good times, you know. And I think this is a family member, again, very close. I think you spend a lot of quality time with this person. And I feel as if they're trying to get you to remember the good times. Remember those quality moments. Remember that quality time where you could laugh and smile and joke and you were close, you know, and you spent that good time together. Focus on those positive memories. I feel like this person wants you to take that next step forward in your life. Okay, to get us out of this thought feeling kind of, it feels kind of a swampy energy here with the 7 of Cups, right? It feels like we're sort of lingering here. And this isn't trying to tell you how to grieve. This isn't trying to tell you what to do. I think that this is an expression of the positive aspects of your life, the things that do matter to you, the relationship with this person that does matter to you still. They're not gone, they're not lost, right? They're on a higher plane, but they're vibrating at a different frequency than we are. But they can still communicate, and we can communicate with them. And I feel that's kind of what you've got to get back to is finding a way to make that communication happen, but knowing that it's not going to be the same as it was, right? The 9 of Swords in the background position, I feel like this really, you took this very hard, okay? It seems like it was a kind of a surprise thing. I don't believe that it was a chronic illness. I think it is something that happened rather suddenly. And it might be, I'm almost wondering if they got kind of a sudden diagnosis of something terminal, like a cancer that just was very advanced by the time anyone noticed, you know? And I'm not a doctor. This isn't a medical reading. I'm not diagnosing anything. I feel like that's something that already happened. But I'm kind of sensing that there is, and maybe it's like pancreatic cancer or something like that, but it was sudden, right? And I feel like this was a person that you very much valued. You very much looked up to them. They were, I feel like they always had like nice clothes on. They were very intelligent. They always gave you this very like, this very good advice almost, you know, like it's just kind of, I don't think it was mom or dad. I think it was like maybe an uncle or an aunt. But I feel like they always had this way of talking to you in a way that you really understood, you really felt it. It wasn't like a parent, but it wasn't like a friend either. It was just like this wise sort of very, very deep and very connected counsel. Yeah. The Chariot card up above everything here, I believe, are dealing with some issues related to their home or their estate or their personal effects. I also feel as if you have a path that you're on yourself, okay? Either it's a school thing, a work thing, if it's something creative or whatever it is. Your life generally, I kind of feel as if you've hit the brakes on your chariot, right? And we're kind of, we're in this horizontal process here, okay? And I'll be honest, these are not good cards, right? But it's better that we're aware, that we acknowledge where we are and know that once we're ready to take that next step, that things are going to clear for us and we're going to be able to get moving again, okay? Because the Chariot, while I do feel this is sort of representing this loved one, I feel this is also like your chariot that we've kind of hit the brakes on right now, okay? And yeah, of course, I mean, when something like this happens, we're not just going about our life like normal, usually, I know I'm not. So I feel that this is, you're taking the time that you need, okay? And no one puts a time limit on grief, right? People may try to, but don't let anybody tell you. Don't let anybody tell you how to grieve or how quickly to get through it, okay? But this is saying that when you are ready, that next step is there for you to get the Chariot going again, to continue on your path toward this full and satisfied and successful life. Okay? But we've got to go through the grief. This is Seven of Cups. We're going to go through this. Maybe right now we're trying to still figure out what the hell happened. Okay? Now, I feel like this person was always whistling. Were they whistling a lot? I feel that they were kind of like, maybe they're kind of happy just doing their thing. I feel like they were in the kitchen just kind of whistling and like cooking and stuff. It's just such a happy energy with them. Yeah. So I think with the Swords cards, you're still trying to figure out what exactly happened and why. Why did this happen? It's so sudden, Trying to understand, really just to make sense of everything that's going on. Okay. But the next step is there for you, and it is going through the next sort of, let's say the next stage of grief, right? This is that swamp, that quicksand that we've got to maybe we've got to drive slowly through this. Maybe it's not about hitting the gas pedal and just speeding through. Maybe it's just slow and careful. We get through this, and we'll get over to the path of the serpent here, okay? As we talk about these cards, I'd like to ask for your subscription to the channel, okay? It doesn't cost anything, and it's very supportive of the channel, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you, and that way you won't miss your next reading, okay? We have the Art or Temperance card here as your general energy. And this, again, kind of is the kitchen energy. So I wonder, too, if you used to spend a lot of quality time cooking with this person. Yeah. I feel that they had a bit of a sweet tooth as well. Is that right? Or maybe you had the sweet tooth, but there was always there was always candy. It was either a bowl of candy on the table, jelly beans or something, right? Or there was always like a little something in the pocket, a little piece of candy. Yeah, I like that energy. I like candy. But the Art or Temperance card, I think, is really the sort of adjusting that we have to do to the new life. It's your journey has to continue. Your life is moving, right? It's different now than it was. Yeah. And I think that there's a lot of things that you have to do. Like, again, I feel like you're responsible for like the personal effects, like the furniture and the boxes of stuff. And I don't know if that stuff's going into storage or what you're doing with that, but it's kind of, this is almost you sort of juggling your life and then also taking care of your loved ones, life, because they mean so much to you. So, you're kind of, either you're responsible for all the personal effects in the house and stuff like that, or you're helping because, of course, you're helping. Yeah. So I feel that there is kind of, it's almost that your life is sort of paused, but you still have to you still have to take care of your responsibilities, but also devote as much time as you can to, to helping with this, with the personal effects and things. Yeah. The Six of Wands in the environment, I feel like this situation is bringing you a lot closer with your other family members. Yeah. I don't know that you've always been close with your family members, but I feel like this, if there's one sort of positive way of looking at any of this, it's that you're getting back together with your kind of siblings and your cousins and things, and it's just, it's strengthening those relationships. Yeah. So I feel like everybody is sort of helping out. And this is maybe a grandmother, great-grandmother maybe. I feel like everybody's kind of coming together to help out and to support each other here. Yeah. And this is a good side effect, This is a positive thing emerging from this. Yeah, the sort of the sense of teamwork, maybe the sense of family is kind of returning to things, The obstacle here that we see with the Three of Wands, I feel that you were, maybe I'm putting it mildly when I say that you were close with this person. I feel like the two of you were almost inseparable, because I feel like a lot of who you are is sort of wrapped up in that person. Now, maybe you're the one that kind of stayed close to them. Maybe you live nearby. You're the one that always would see them, maybe on like a daily basis. You're kind of always there with them, helping them out with things around the house and going shopping with them and going to lunch with them and spending a lot of time, to the point where without them here, it sort of feels like we've lost part of ourselves. It sort of feels as if your identity now is sort of uncertain. Yeah. I feel like your life is changing quite abruptly with this person having transitioned. I feel like they want you to focus on this Ten of Cups. They want you to focus on the good things that are still here, that are still in your future, that are still kind of waiting for you to be ready to take the next step, to start manifesting some of these. Okay. There's some memory with horses, I think, or kind of a large animal. It feels like a horse energy. I don't know if they had horses or rode horses or ponies or something, or maybe donkeys, mules. I don't know, something that kind of looks like that. But I feel like there's kind of either a funny story or like a really happy, kind of laughing sort of memory about the horse thing. Yeah. The Tower card at the end is a couple of things to me. It's, of course, the really abrupt change in your circumstances. Okay. But I also feel as if this is, when you're ready, it's kind of as if the road before you is going to open up quite significantly. Okay. The Tower, it's always, these are the events in life that really punctuate life. I mean, the Tower card generally is those moments of novelty in life where things just kind of go along steadily and then suddenly, bam, Tower moment, Tower event, for better or for worse. Okay? And it's always an event, a very significant event. It's always an event that we're never going to forget. And it's always an event that changes your life in some way, significantly. Okay? And I think it really depends on how we approach this, because we could allow ourselves maybe to sink further into the Seven of Cups and get really bogged down into the quicksand and completely, like now the Chariot is just like stuck in the mud permanently, right? Or we could use this, as a significant moment in our lives that in some ways propels us into the future a little bit. Okay, that maybe now we feel that, if it is like grandma, we feel that grandma energy with us now, sort of in a new way, and it's almost as if that energy being with us in that more, maybe that more subtle way, gives us almost more fuel, right? More fire, more ambition. Yeah. Because I feel like that's what she wants. She had a C name, right? C, first or last initial with a C, I think. C or S, maybe. I feel like she wants you to achieve your goals. She wants to kind of get behind your chariot and help push you out of the mud and really just give you a shove down the road. Maybe they're the one that taught you to drive or taught you to ride a bike, right? They want you to kind of soar into your future and to make progress. They want this tower event to be kind of a rocket ship that just get to your goals faster. Yeah. Because she feels like that kind of person that would just say, don't bother with me, go do what you got to do. I'm fine, you go, hurry and do your life. You know, she feels like that kind of a person. And I felt like her door was always open to you. And I felt like you spent a lot of time there. To the point where sometimes she would have to tell you, like, just get out of here and go, go do something, go live your life, go work on what you need to do. Yeah. Let's do a botanical inspiration card. I feel like we need a couple of oracle cards here. Hydrangea. Thankfulness for understanding. Before we can forgive one another, we have to understand one another. Thankfulness for understanding, though, stands out to me because I feel like what I was saying at the beginning, how it felt like she kind of was one of those very important, very wise advisors to you. Because I feel like she wasn't like a parent, she wasn't like a friend. She's somebody that really understood you, and there was a real connection there. And thankfulness for the understanding. I feel like that's something that you're going to miss most of all, is that she understood you, that you guys had that connection where it was just a higher bond. It wasn't like a parent, it wasn't like a friend, it was something else. There was a deeper understanding of each other. And I think that is something for which you're very, very thankful. And I think you can still have that, but we're communicating in a different way now. Okay? I like that. I like that a lot. Let's do an empowerment oracle card, and then we'll move over to the mystery card, okay? We've got adventure of life. I embrace the adventure of my life. Today, I am courageous enough to try something difficult to achieve my goals. Kind of getting back out there and getting back on your path, as difficult as it is. And I tell you, these three cards right here in the middle, these are difficult cards. This is a difficult road. Okay? Difficult road. But when you're ready, okay, and this is when you're ready, you're going to embrace the adventure of your life, and you're courageous enough to try something difficult to achieve your goals, right? And the difficult thing really is for you to kind of to move through this energy and get back to pursuing your happiness, pursuing your perfect life. And it sometimes in situations like this, we feel guilty for being happy, for smiling, for laughing, for enjoying anything, right? It feels wrong in this moment, yeah. And the difficult thing is, of course, getting through this. Let's look at the mystery card. Let's look at what message is coming through. with this mystery card. Now, she had also a special like coffee mug that she used, right? And I don't know if it had something written on the side of it, but I feel like it was hers and it was special. And I feel like, this may sound weird, I feel like she didn't wash it all the time. You know what I mean? It kind of like it was seasoned. It was building up flavor, right? I like that. That feels good. Mystery card. Maybe more water energy. I want to see something with some movement in it. Maybe your power card, the Lover's card, right? The Lover's card. Showing that you're still with this person in spirit, that the two of you still are together, inseparable. Just because it's a Lover's card doesn't mean it's romance, okay? Not even, that rarely is the meaning of that card, okay? But it's that unbreakable bond. Yeah. Let's see what this is. The Four of Cups. Somebody who's sitting there stubborn like this. Spirit's offering them a nice, delicious glass of whatever this is, hot chocolate, right? My grandmother used to make me root beer floats. So this is your root beer float, but you don't want to enjoy it. How could you enjoy it when grandma's not here to enjoy it with you, you know? And this is kind of the energy that we're in right now. And stay here for as long as you need. No one can tell you how to grieve, how quickly to get through something, okay? But just know that your life is still there and has a lot of potential and a lot of future to it. That I don't think we can put anything on hold indefinitely. Okay. But for right now, I feel you're sort of refusing any kind of personal satisfaction. You don't want that root beer float yet. You're not ready. You're not ready to laugh. You're not ready to smile. That's okay. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Gemini are on Mondays and Fridays, so be sure to watch both readings. Okay. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I think you should. I would really appreciate that. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. All right. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.